we need to appreciate that there are two parts to our brain. One is the intuitive brain and other is the analytical brain. What people generally do is that to take decisions, be it investment or non-investment, people take the comfort of their intuitive brain. What really happens is that we substitute a difficult question for an easy question. For example, the difficult question is Kingfisher Airlines a good stock to buy at the current market price? What people do is that they substitute it by an easy question, which is, did I enjoy the Kingfisher airline flight? And we answer these easy questions and let the intuitive brain answer them and take investment decisions. And that is where our grade comes into play. It tries to differentiate between the intuitive questions and the questions that really matter in terms of understanding and analyzing the company as an investment prospect. So what we believe is that there are essentially two kinds of parameters that should be used to identify if a company is of high quality or of low quality. One set of parameters emanate from the numbers reported by the company. These parameters could be the return on capital employed, the debt to equity ratios, the free cash flow generation, the return on invested capital, certain quantitative scores that we have like the M score, the F score, and so on and so forth. There are some qualitative factors as well, which could be the quality of business, which could be the quality of industry that the business operates in, or is this business having a moat, a limited moat, or a non-moat. We have 5 grades ranging from A to C. So we have grades A, B plus, B, B minus, and C. A being the best and C being the worst. So grade A or B plus companies have returns that are significantly above their cost of capital. They have low debt, they tend to be net cash, and their profits are backed by free cash flows. On the other hand, grade B minus and C have returns that are significantly below the cost of capital. They tend to have high debt, their profits are not backed by cash flows, and that is essentially the reason why they are dependent on external sources of funds for their growth. And any business that is dependent on external sources of funds for its growth is dependent on the times that we live in, and in bad times there is a tendency for the external sources to dry out and these businesses can go bust. Grade B is a grade where it's a sort of a neutral grade. While we don't think that these are the best quality businesses, these are not really bad quality businesses. A company in the jewelry space, it caught the frenzy of the markets because of the brands that they owned. And there were reports of the valuations of these brands done by some eminent valuers. But our grade showed that there was no monetization happening in terms of the historical financials. The returns on capital employed were very low. There were no free cash generations. And we were in a position to actually state that this is a low quality company and were able to avoid it as an investment prospect. Grade has certain limitations. Any company is not a still photograph, it is an unfolding movie. There is a certain limitation of historical financials on the quality of the company. We cannot just rely on the historical financials to judge the quality of a business. Our grade works very well for established businesses, but not as much a good indicator of an emerging business. Having said that, what we believe is that there are 2 errors that you can make in the markets. One is the error of commission and one is the error of omission. The grade helps us to avoid errors of commission, which mean that we don't do things that we should not be doing. It of course leads itself to doing some errors of omission, which means that we might miss some opportunities of emerging businesses. But that is a trade-off that we are willing to take, because this trade-off helps us in the preservation of our capital, which is the core fundamental philosophy of what we do at Multi-Act.
Most of the people rely on price to earnings, for example, to understand valuation of a company. Price, as an investor, you would know, but earnings is something which is not in your control. It's reported by somebody else per se. Now, I want to make sure that as an investor, I am doubly sure about this earnings, and that's where quality of earnings analysis helps me make this investing decision easy.
If you are asked to do a particular assignment, are you better off using just one tool in your a toolkit, or are you better off using, as many tools that you think can do the job? And obviously the answer is that, if you find more tools to be able to do the job, you're better off, using, all the relevant tools.